Hello, I'm Dave Karger. Thanks for joining me today on TCM for this week's musical matinee. In the 1940s and early 50s, no studio was more adept at producing musicals than MGM. And during that era, there was one creative talent who was at the heart of many of the studio's best musicals, Gene Kelly. Not only was Kelly the star of hit musicals like Anchors Away, On the Town, An American in Paris, and Singin' in the Rain, he was also often the choreographer and co-director. By the early 1950s, Kelly was in a position to get the studio to finance nearly anything he wanted to make, and he used his clout to mount what would become his most ambitious and personal production. That's the film that you're about to see. From MGM in 1956, it's Invitation to the Dance. This is a unique and highly original movie musical. There's no dialogue, and there isn't even any singing. Instead, the film consists of three unrelated ballet sequences, all of which star Gene Kelly. Kelly envisioned the film as a chance to showcase the art of dance on screen. He had already tested the waters with lengthy ballet sequences in earlier hits like On the Town, An American in Paris, and Singin' in the Rain, but this time he took the concept much further. In addition to starring, Gene Kelly also directed the movie, making this his first solo feature directorial effort, and he conceived every number down to the smallest detail. He selected and hired the other dancers in the film, including some of the most renowned classical dancers in the world, and he spent 4 years working to bring this project to life. The result is a fascinating film that's unlike anything else coming out of Hollywood at the time. From 1956, this is Gene Kelly's Invitation to the Dance. Production on Invitation to the Dance began in 1952, but it took 4 years for Gene Kelly to complete the film. Along the way, he had to endure a number of setbacks, including several battles with MGM. At one point, MGM executives didn't like the music Kelly had commissioned for one of the sequences, but they didn't want to spend money to reshoot the ballet. So instead, Andre Previn was given the extraordinary task of composing a new score to fit a ballet that had already been choreographed and filmed to another man's music. Additionally, the third sequence, Sinbad the Sailor, was such an ambitious undertaking that nearly 40 different artists in the MGM cartoon department spent more than a year working on the animations under the guidance of Fred Quimby, William Hanna, and Joseph Barbera. It took so long to complete that while they were busy working on it, Gene Kelly stepped away to make Brigadoon. In the end, Invitation to the Dance fell short of Kelly's lofty expectations. The film premiered at a time when movie musicals were beginning to fall out of favor, and it was a box office flop. Moviegoers in 1956 just weren't ready for something so avant-garde. But almost 70 years later, it's still a wonder to behold. Up next, Jeff Chandler leads the cast in a World War II drama based on real events from director Samuel Fuller in 1962.
Next on TCM, Merrill's Marauders, then The Setup, and later, Touch of Evil. You're in safe hands with TCM today.